What's up, nerds? Welcome to a nice rainy day here in Michigan. It is spring and we are testing out this new kayak right here. I just picked this up literally yesterday and it was completely entombed, encased.
Enshrouded.
Enshrouded. It looked like this because I already filmed this part. And now it looks like this. So I've fully built this out. So you had to like attach, you know, the pedals, the seat, all this stuff, right? So I've not used this on the water yet, but I'm excited about it. So this is the Titan X 12.5 Propel. So what we got going on here, up front, this extended bow section is nice because I'm gonna get a motor mount plate here. I've already got an XI3 that's gonna be attached to that.
Using this and a plate.
That huge cargo section here with our through hull for transducer right there. All in one, battery goes right on top, super simple.
2 sections is sick though, I love that.
This is removable so you can access the hull right there. I don't want it all wet. All right.
These are how the locks work. So this is really unique. I've not seen this before. You usually get a bungee and you never get a handle. And what the fart is this?
So there's multiple of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one way back there.
I'll show you the one back here while I freeze my butt off. There it is.
Replaceable drilling plates so that we can run our wires without having to put a hole in the hull. I'm excited about that. We got a swivel seat, which I'm gonna put to the test today. It feels pretty dang sturdy. I'm excited to try it out. Here's your prop drive. So we'll lift this little plate out here and drop it in when we're ready.
Look at this though, studded like BMX pedals.
Yeah.
The studs are sick.
Don't slip, you will shred your shins.
Oh, definitely
entirely.
go barefoot and lose your heel.
You got these tracks that run throughout.
2 small tracks here, 2 very long tracks here with spaces for, what could go here, Jeff?
Tackle that I'm not currently putting there yet, but Busby's don't fit there, I found out.
Oh
Busby's,
no.
in fact, are too bulky for it, but standard size 3700 size boxes will fit there. Rudder system there. I had to adjust the rudder when I got this out of the box, so I had to figure that out. That was fun. If you get this set up from a dealer, it's a better deal.
Yeah, show me under the seat though. We talked about the seat, we didn't show under the seat.
So the interesting thing, it's kind of like locked in there, so it's not gonna slide out on you, but there is a bungee to lock it in place if you want. This will fit your 3600 or small boxes. Something like this can fit in here pretty easily too. Slide that sucker back in place. It's not going anywhere.
So Jeff has a toolkit and then some tackle, and we'll probably just bash his skull on his own pedals.
After I was concussed.
So after Jeff murdered himself with this, he's gonna show you this bungee right here. So when you pull the tray out, you do have this bungee option, clicks in there, and then get out of the way, undoes itself.
There you go. Got a battery box back here. We'll be using that later. You can fit up to a 100 amp battery in there. If it's group 21 sizing, you're good. It'll fit in there. So that's pretty neat.
That is, and then it's flat. I love that they molded it flat. That's awesome.
There's a molded in recessed section back here that perfectly fits the big size black pack.
So see how cool, and see how it drops in right there. There's that little tiny slot. I'm getting in as close as I can, and you can tell it goes all the way around the corners and just fits in perfectly
with bungee tracking right there.
With the bungee piece, the clips that are included that are meant to match up to this box. So you buy this boat, you're probably getting that box. Notice the track though. You have tracks running on the inside and an extra long track running here too, and these are aluminum, which is really nice. Then you get your rod holders. Kind of standard. 2
rear facing, 1 forward facing.
On the right side!
You've got a little tether here with Spectra cord that is running for the rudder. So the rudder functions both in up position and in down position, which is cool. You can turn it both ways.
Sweet.
And then you get this big flat booty section. Look at that.
We do like that. Why do we like the big flat booty?
There's a lot of mounting options here. So you got your 4-bolt pattern via power pole right there. You got other spots where you can add whatever other accessories you want. There will, I'm sure, be more plates and stuff. The funny thing about the Titan X right now is there's next to nothing out there. Like, nobody's doing builds. Greg Blanchard is like the main one. If you want to see like what a build out could look like on this boat, look at Greg Blanchard's videos. He's got 2 of these.
Why would I do that when I could watch your channel in a couple weeks? Because we are going to max build this one as well.
Yeah, so we're going to build this thing out. We're going to put the XI3 on the front, at least for now. I would like to do a stern mount motor. We don't have one at the moment. We do have a Newport NK 180 Pro that's going on Paul's kayak, but we don't have one for this boat yet. So it might be a next year thing. It might be a never thing. For now, we're going to do the XI3 on the front, and it does have pinpoint GPS, so we're excited about that.
And then right now, we're going to put a wheel to run this line, but Jeff has the Anchor Wizard mounted back here, running to the rear of the boat, and you can show them how you drop it off. Oh, that is loud. So that works just fine for today.
For today.
But eventually we'll get a wheel back here and make this a much smoother setup.
Yep, so I wanted to run this thing as factory standard as possible today to get a feel for the kayak, kind of get the situation understood, where I want things to go, etc. So that's why it's set up the way it is. We threw a crate on it.
Wow, you really customized that. No one can afford that. You're a jerk.
All right.
Go have fun, fish.
Bye.
We're gonna talk about speed, performance, balance, convenience, quality, all that kind of stuff as we go through the video, and we're gonna try and catch some fish, get a breakdown at the end. We'll see you on the other side. Now I'm getting in my boat. But before we get on the water and go fishing, we want to talk about price real quick. So Jeff, what is the MSRP on this one right here?
So these boats run, the 12.5 edition is $35.99, so $3,600. I get it. And before you go, you could just get a boat at that point. I don't want a boat.
You did. You got a plastic boat. It's super nice.
Yeah. I can store this more easily than an actual boat, in my opinion. This is what works for me. If you don't want to get a kayak at that price point, I get it. We're lucky enough to get hooked up by Native with a slight discount. We still made a purchase here, but they did give us a percentage off, which definitely helped. And here we are. So we're gonna build the heck out of this thing. Let's go fish.
Now, on to fishing for real. So Jeff decided to do exactly what we told you not to do, which was don't wear shoes. He got a little cocky, but he's using a swivel seat.
I have spikes on my pedals, so I need that.
The swivel seat's coming in clutch.
And it turns out the swivel seat is pretty great.
Immediately.
Right now, I am backwards.
They have it swing around. So Jeff, how tall are you?
Stability.
How tall are you, Jeff?
Whoa! I'm knocking over my water.
Why does everything you have match? Your net, your beverage, your kayak, your clippers, your watch?
Because I like to. Because I got style, Paul. And some people like you don't
That's
understand
so false.
that. I'm 6'1", 230. So spinning around this super easy. I felt no instability there. Sorry. I felt no instability there at all.
Mental instability, tons.
Tons. I've had that since day one. All right, let's test out my little rod holder situation here. Oh, that works good. All right, turn radius. Dude, this is a tight turn radius. Look at me. Look at me. That's not bad at all. Are you kidding me? I haven't even dropped my rudder yet. Okay, I get it. So with the rudder up in the top position, it's kind of a tighter turn radius. All right, time to catch fish though. I'm feeling a lot of control with this boat, man. A lot more than I guess I thought I would compared to having fished a Hobie as long as I have. Sneaky underspin. And meltdown. On. There we go. Oh, don't go that way. Don't go that way. First fish in the Titan X. Let's go. On the TFO. Yeah, buddy. There we go. All right, hold up. Gotta get out of this predicament. There we go. First bass in the Titan X. You know, I was concerned about this swivel seat, but I love it. Yeah, so like when you turn to cast, you're turning the whole seat instead of turning in the seat. It's pretty comfortable. It's like super smooth. Like, slash, I can just turn out over the side. Oh God, and tip my water over. Okay, you gotta get used to that. The seat goes over your cup holder. You guys, I just found a design flaw. Okay, design flaw. The seat will hit your cup holder. So if you swivel your seat all the way over, just heads up, you're gonna knock your drink into the lake. Anyways, other than that, I love the swivel seat right now. What was that? Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. I didn't lock my drive in place. That would be a bluegill. Indubitably. Inconceivable. Oh, yep. Come here, come here, come here. Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot I have back pedal now. Hell yeah, dog. There we go. Little guy. Sneaky is doing something. All right. You guys, I can go backwards. I'm no longer Derek Zoolander, you guys. Definitely got to play with like the seat position. Well, the seat slides forward and back, right? And you need to be in a good like biking position for pedaling. So I'm gonna adjust this in a couple casts here. It's probably the biggest thing to get used to with these pedaling setups is that seat position. It's totally different than the Hobie, elliptical style. How come nobody told me about instant reverse being awesome? Nobody once ever said this. You guys just wanted to hide this secret from me. This thing is a ballerina hippo. This is almost as maneuverable. You can't beat a 360 with full function. It's just not possible. But if a 360 that is unbreakable is a 10 out of 10, this is like a 9 out of 10. I expected to have far more trouble than I have been having. All right, we're gonna see how fast this is.
I have my speedometer.
Oh, you do? You tell us how fast we are. Oh, we're busting.
You're going 5 right now, 4.8?
Yeah, I'm sitting too far back, but yeah, it feels. I loosened my pedal. Do not fret. That's what this is for. Pedal was funky. There we go. No, don't wrap around that. There we go. Another decent dinky. Decent dinks for the day. It's a decent dink day. Another decent dinky. I think Paul just caught a decent one, like an actual decent. All right, you guys, not a full day on the Titan, but a couple of hours out here on the water, and that has been good enough. Learned a lot, I would say, and there's a couple things that I got to work on. So first of all, love the layout. Didn't notice this until I'm actually inside the thing, but sitting on this seat, the seat is pretty high up. So going to standing, you don't have to like grab onto anything. You can just stand, which is neat.
Usually you'd have to push off like you do this back here. That's what a lot of guys will end up doing, right? Especially if you don't have like really good flexibility or you're not used to doing that motion.
This thing is super deep. Seat, really comfortable. I didn't think there was much to this seat, but I was wrong. It's very comfortable. The one issue I'm having right now is with the drive. So I had to set this up myself. It comes in a box, so it's like this, and then these two components are separate in another smaller box. And apparently, I didn't tighten them up all the way. This one was like almost all the way loose after about half of the trip we were out here. So I'm gonna mess around with that, tighten it up a little bit, get a little creakiness with it, as to be expected, kind of breaking this thing in. So hopefully that's not a permanent situation and I can make that work very soon. Otherwise, like I'm getting a good feel for like the layout and how I want to have this set up on my fishing days. Obviously that'll change a bit once I put the XI3 on the front, but I'm seeing there's like so much real estate up here. It's kind of bonkers. Compared to the Hobie 360 or really the Pro Angler series in general, this is a 1.5 foot shorter than my last boat. I had the 14, the PA 14, and it feels bigger. It blows my mind. I don't know how it feels so much bigger. I feel like I have more room, and stability wise, it feels as stable. I don't know if I can say I think it feels more stable, but it's definitely like equivalent. So if you're looking for insane stability, I always used to say the Pro Angler series has the most insane stability out there, and it does. This is very similar. It's got kind of the pontoon hull underneath, almost a tri-tune. There's like the keel runs from like bow to stern under there, other than where the transducer is. Lots of stability, lots of good tracking. Rudder turns pretty tight. Like the turn radius is pretty good for like this thing being a gosh dang barge. Speed wise, were we both going kind of like moderate to full?
That was like a 70% probably.
Okay, so we were both pedaling around 70+% of our capacities, and it was keeping up with the Old Town, slightly smaller. We're both going around 4.5 to 5 miles an hour, so you can get some speed when you're pedaling on this thing, which is neat. These little grippies also help out a lot, but I can't pedal barefoot, so I mean, I could. I'll just reinforce my feet.
It would be incredibly impressive if you were able to do that for an extended period of time.
Which I might. But yeah, it grips right onto your shoes, makes it super easy to pedal. So other than a little creakiness and looseness in the crank arms on my drive, which I'm gonna fix, I'm sure it's not a big issue whatsoever, I'll get it going. I am really happy with this.
Did you try the rod tubes?
I did not try the rod tubes, actually. So there are 4 rod tubes in this, and I used to love having those on my Hobie. Let's try this one right here.
It's amazing for transportation.
So there's a little shelf back here, And then you can see it's pretty easily set up. There you go. They put the thought into this. So the biggest thing I'll say about the Titan X, again, this is not a conversation about like cheap or expensive kayaks. I know this is not cheap. That said, it's one of the most well thought out kayaks I've ever been in. And we've done a lot of test drives of all sorts of different brands. We've
well over a dozen quality fishing kayaks that are over the, you know, $1,200, $1,500 price point.
Yeah, and of all of those, this one feels the most well thought out. So I'm excited for it. Obviously, we're gonna get to showcase a lot more of how well thought out it is when we're actually doing installs on this, because this thing is like built to be installed upon to have things installed on it.
It's meant to be modified, and you can tell because they've done a couple of things that I think will probably become industry standard, whether it's ports like they have for the electronics for you to replace or, you know, change the plates. I love that they put the forward-facing rod holder on the right-hand side, because what happens if you're a right-handed individual, you're fishing, you catch a fish. Well, now I go to net my fish, and I have to go like this. I have to
like yours is on
switch
this
over because mine's on the left. But Jeff can just go boom, net the fish, and now he's hands-free to do things without having to swap out. So that's a big win.
So overall, we're really liking this kayak. Again, this is just our first look on the water review of this. You saw us unbox it, put it together, learn a few things about it, and now we got to do some installs. So I have a ton of stuff coming in. We've got like all our wiring, through-hull wiring, battery kits, like bow mount kits. The XI3 is in stock. Like, we have all of that stuff. So it's time to build. So make sure you stay subscribed, and you guys will see that video very soon. Thanks for watching this one, and we'll catch you guys on the next video. Bye.
Bye.